Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
4, 3, 2, 1. Aloha, everybody.
Aloha!
Welcome to eBay Reseller Group Therapy. It's Wednesday, February 21st, 1 p.m. Eastern. Hayfrosells has decided to sleep in early today, so he'll...
Sleep in early?
What? That doesn't make sense. He's sleeping late.
He'll be here in about 30 minutes or so.
What my point is, he's sleeping while we're doing the show. That's my point. But he'll be here in a little bit, so... Aloha, everybody. Outdoor World. Steve Ash, Michelle Kirkpatrick, Paul Rose. Aloha.
Aloha, everyone.
Okay, we can get rid of that noise. I love that noise. Do you guys know that song? That's Old Dirty Bastard called... No, Old Dirty Bastard. Yeah. It's Wu-Tang, Old Dirty Bastard. What's the name of the song, though? Old Man. It's called Old Man. That's what it's called. Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the show. Normal, you should be seeing Hayfrosells down here and the gorgeous Charlie's Angels, but we're not. We're gonna do that in a little bit. So for now, we're just gonna say hello, and we're gonna talk immediately about the huge, big news that Josh Galt is leaving reselling and going back to his job. Well, I'm not sure if he's... Yeah,
no, he's staying part-time reselling.
He said an opportunity. He didn't specifically say his job. So, but he said that... I assumed it was his job because it was a opportunity that he had to take up immediately. And he's going to... obviously he's done way too much work just to dump reselling. But hopefully he'll be able to do that part-time and... do his job that crushes his soul to pay for his kids' braces. And then in a few years, maybe be able to, maybe his business will grow enough during that time. That's what I'm hoping. I'm also hoping that possibly he's lying to us and he actually got the golden ticket to the chocolate factory, and he has to scrub his social media from negative eBay things, and they're bringing him into the fold so that we'll see him with, Sunny Las Vegas and the bearded guy. What, the beard guy? Harry Tornado and Rally Roots. And we'll see him in the pages of eBay, on eBay's pages as one of their featured sellers. And that's what he wants. And I would be so happy if he got that. I would also be happy with that as well. But they're not going to give that to me because although I love them to death, they also suck so bad. So, yay for Josh Galt on his new adventure, which I think is an old adventure, so there's not going to be any pain involved. Well, I don't know, but it sounds like he's making choosing the path of least resistance so that he can have some peace of mind.
Well, he was saying he wishes he didn't have to, but he has to.
Yeah. So that is that. His all of his data is gone from his channel. You cannot watch Josh Galt anymore. So there, everybody. Biff says, we did not watch. We did look at J-Ride, and I was kind of like, I gotta say, I was underwhelmed just with his presence, so I left. But that doesn't mean anything. It just means I didn't want to watch him last night because he was talking in his way about do this, you jerks. It's like, find these things. I found this. I did see something where people bring him bags of broken cameras and stuff. I'm still not totally sold on his. I believe that he has a freshman's view on eBay and is doing the freshman job and is succeeding at that. But when you've been in it for a few years, you realize that you make relationships, you focus down your niches, you become more of an expert in something. Nobody wants to be an expert in vibrators and broken phones, and most likely, like, I never went into it because I really wanted to look. You know how many counterfeit Ray-Bans there are? And he buys and sells Ray-Bans all the time. I'm not. How do we know they're real? How do we know? How do we know? We need to know. Do you want to say something? Because I've been talking a lot.
Just listening to you and looking at comments.
Look at all the people. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for
being here. B-Dog. Gina's in the house. Cornhusker Pickle. We've got Freya. We got Callie Devs. We got Jen JRKR 1964. We've got Kevin and Biff and I should repeat everybody. Callie Dabs and Kevin and Jack and Outdoor Worlds and Jack and Callie Dabs and Paul and Patricia and Paul and Outdoor Worlds and Jeff and Motorcycle Dork Biff Boffo 6x6. Hello.
Outdoor Worlds, thank you. It says aloha. I'll remember to hit the like button. Thanks.
Please do that. Yes.
We forget to ask that, so thank you.
Yes, please subscribe, and because we're trying to grow our channel until we get to 100,000 subscribers, and then we too shall quit immediately and without any remorse. It's always been one of my dreams to have a 100,000 play button. We'll see if I get there. I could.
Biff is saying he thought that was Quincy Jones's Street Beater, also known as Sanford and Son.
Street Beater?
Da 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 da.
It may be. I mean, it's just that
he sampled it.
It's just a quick sample, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And Paul Rose was saying that more magical innovations announced today. Oh, sorry, I meant to say fees.
Oh, did they? I hadn't looked at it yet.
Not too bad though.
I was gonna go into there and look at the 2024 seller update. So I did look at the top. I looked at the top pieces in here. The first pieces are improve seller tools, sell it faster, recommendations. I assume these are actually going to point you towards promoted listings and how to use them. Run your business more effectively. Drafts of your listings are now saved for 75 days. That's been going on for about 2 months now. So, but they release it during this quarter, and then at the end, basically they say the big seller update is what they just did for the last quarter.
It's just now everyone has it.
Yes, and it's all everybody's got it
because they roll it out.
They roll them. So the 75s has been there for a while. So everything is always underwhelming here too. Stronger protections on your transaction accounts. Reduced unpaid items, maybe. It seems like they found a new way to create unpaid items, but security enhancements added for multi-user. That's cool. That's fun. Updates to fees and financials. We've made adjustments to the per order fee. Okay, so that 30 cents that they gouge you with each sale and sometimes don't get back to you when you make a return is going from 30 to 40 cents. And I believe that's probably very fair. It's a processing fee. It covers processing mostly, I think. Doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It's like the key processing fee, and then it's like you get that 30 cents, and then they charge you the percentage, which eBay doesn't charge us. Well, it charges us, but it's rolled into the mix. For example, if you sell For example, if you sell a trading card for $25, including shipping and tax, you'll now pay a fee of $3.71 instead of $3.61, an increase of 10 cents.
But they understand that selling lower price items, this has an impact on that. So
lower price items, it does. Yes.
So that's why for the $10 and under, there will be no change, and you'll continue to be charged the current.
They are doing. Are they? Is that a benefit to the seller? Wah, wah, wah. I guess they're figuring out. Okay, it was good. You're right, Biff. You're right. It's not bad, and if it's not bad, that means it's good.
Yep. Agreed.
What constitutes an order? Your entire life shall be sucked up by a giant eBay vacuum, and you shall be requested to Planet Entron.
Maria!
It actually doesn't say that. Aloha, Maria! There's no alien abduction involved. Let's see here. Security. Well, we don't care about security. Updates to tools to help you run your business. TerraPeak has 3 years that they've had for months. But that's cool. 3 years is great. It's really insane because 3 years is during the pandemic and none of those prices matter. So right now they should be taking away years because of the big difference in prices. Keep it more recent. But you like to see trends. I do anyway. And all my stuff, my stuff doesn't lose our stuff. You own half of it. If I die, you got to get a bulldozer in here.
I do, yeah.
For me and then for the stuff. You can just light the whole house on fire. Like, what's the movie? The one with, Johnny Depp plays like the little brother who's, he's got a little.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
That's the one.
Oh, I don't
It's
remember
like,
that.
don't clean up. Just light the house on fire and run away.
Because the mom was
Mom couldn't
really
get out.
heavy,
Yeah, she couldn't.
so they just lit the whole
Spoiler
thing on?
alert, sorry.
Oh, no.
It's 35-year-old
She
movie,
died in
hopefully.
the house?
Well, I think she was dead. And they didn't.
Oh.
She was dead, so they just.
Oh, now I
burned
need
it
to
down.
watch this again.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Nice, non-depressing subject matter.
We always somehow go down that path.
I know. Shipping improvement, standard. We've expanded standard envelope. Improvements to help manage your listings. The draft, I guess the drafts. Making draft listings. Wait, we provided you with a free shipping prompt. Yay, you guys are just
To make
magical.
it easier to offer this to your buyers.
Yeah, that's magical. Mobile features to run your business on the go. You can sort custom SKUs. Boy, these guys have outdone themselves with a whole bunch of nothing. So that's it. That's your winter breakdown. Okay, we'll just let's do some chatting.
Yeah.
Chat here. Okay, it's time for some chat. We did actually. That's what got us here was Paul Rose's comment. Aloha. I'll remember to hit the like button. Thank you very much again. Outdoor Worlds. Steve Vasher, aloha. Michelle Kirkpatrick, aloha. And Hart. Big Dog is Ola Shaka. And Gina's hi, everyone. Cornhusker Pisker. Cornhusker Picker. Aloha, everyone. Howdy, Pokey, Jack says.
Pokey, you have a fan.
Freya's saying hello. Callie Debs, aloha, spam. Primo spam, and the great chat friend.
Debs.
Aloha, Callie Debs. Kevin's howdy. Biff's Quincy Jones comment is forever enshrined in the chat. Callie Debs is saying hi to Kevin. Jen is bummed out about Josh. Yeah, we're all gonna miss Josh, I think. I mean, I think everyone's gonna miss Josh who watched Josh. Because he was just a breath of fresh air. He was just a real legit dude trying to do the thing that we're all trying to do. And, I'm not saying that if Josh can't do it, none of us can. We're all screwed. But I'm kind of thinking that to a little bit.
That is what I was thinking too. I just did not want to say it out loud.
It's a little.
But
because he tries so hard, and we can try harder. But we don't want to, really.
But he was saying, though...
in the Meisterback, we'll tell you about that.
The gross that he brings in it seems pretty decent, but when you have a family, you have children, you're the
He's also in Canada,
main
so
breadwinner.
that's probably his biggest problem is all of his dollars are in Canadian. If he was just doing American dollars...
Where's the
Where's the bonk one? Hold on. There we go. Okay. But yes, no, I was just teasing. But no, his gross is a lot, but it's the run his business. And that's how it should be though. I mean, it's not bad. It's just it's not enough. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, right, exactly. So he'll do it part-time and
he's making a great income for us. We would be first class to Hawaii today.
We would be doing somersaults and
we would be going to
cartwheels.
Palm Springs and talking to a real estate agent. We would be doing a lot of things that were on the plan until last year. So, and he has kids. He's got like kid age kids, not even like old kids, like real kids.
Yeah.
Like the kind that take all of your attention, the kind you actually want to be there for, make core memories, that crap. So he needs to be there, and he needs to do that, and he can't be doing this junk. He can't be junk man, I guess. I want him to be, because that's, I think that's where his heart wants him to be.
Well, I hope that we get to see him at some point again.
Well, if we don't, we're gonna make him come on here if we don't see him.
I wonder if he'll be
he'll
allowed
go,
to.
I'm sure he'll go. Curious again why he took down all of his stuff, but he's just a smart kind of guy who, like, ahead of time is like, okay, I'm just gonna scrub my social media of anything that could be, make him less than hireable or whatever. So I think that's what he did. But that's also what gives me that tiny little. This just in. Josh Galt has been named new CEO of eBay. That's not true.
That would be so great.
But he had to get rid of his social media because eBay doesn't want to see any negativity.
Well, Jack is saying all I can say is good for Josh. If someone has the ability to get out of eBay's bull crap, good for them. eBay should want workhorses.
It's their loss. It's eBay's loss.
He is. You are too, Jack. I mean, I feel everyone in here, they're workhorses, and
that's why we're here. Well, we at least can't get out of. We're living the eBay lifestyle. We are living the hardcore eBay lifestyle right now, and I do see that Paul is reminding us that Saturday he is going to be on one more on Saturday.
So that would be great because they'll be live, right?
We'll see one more Josh.
It's
Yay.
not pre-recorded, so. Or is
it?
it? I don't know how.
I don't think it's technically a live show.
Oh, okay.
I just think it has been live a few times, but to be honest, I don't remember. About Saturday. No, they don't do it live on Saturday. They record it for sure now.
Oh, okay. Did you already say hi to Patricia?
I'm not sure. Aloha, Patricia.
Jeff Senek, hi. Motorcycle Dork, aloha. Did you end
guys.
up going?
And gals. Hey, gals. All the gals. What? Did you end up what?
Was Motorcycle Dork going to check out a tiki bar?
Oh, in Sacramento. There was one in Sacramento. Someone was going to go check out the tiki bar in Sacramento.
Biff says eBay is a slow burn. The knowledge comes with years. Oh yeah,
yes.
And I guess in reference
to J-Ride.
being new.
Yeah, I mean J-Ride's doing it the way the new people do it. When you don't know anything, you got to start somewhere, and you start with high sell-through rate items. But I sold the eBay. What was my first eBay? Video games, arcade pinball. Was that?
I don't know.
It was Herman Miller and Knoll stuff. So it was mid-century modern furniture that I found in the garbage, and then started buying from this other place. And that's where I started without knowing. All I knew was this stuff is cool. I knew what Herman Miller and Knoll was, or who those companies were. And by the way, the both Florence Knoll lived in northern Vermont until the age of like 98 or something, and the ancestors, or the you call them ancestors, the relatives, right, of Charles Eames are here in Vermont. Like, we do work with them. I've worked with them on multiple situations.
We've actually sold them
Herman Miller chairs.
Yeah. It was like
so that's
6 of them or something. Haven't we sold them a couple sets?
Like 22 or something crazy. But that's neat. That's a total tangent that made me forget all what I was even talking about originally before I tangented. Slow burn. Oh, it's just about knowledge. So I started with that. Then I bought out a whole bunch of pinball machines, arcade, coin op dealers in Vermont. And then I started buying the Apple computers at 12 cents a pound from all the colleges. And then my point being that I learned a whole bunch because I went after stuff I liked, niches, not everything on earth. And basically, I think it's still the most success on eBay comes from you having a superior knowledge in a not crowded niche. So, if you know the most about sneakers, I guess you can be in that sneaker niche and know you can win in that. But most people won't. So my goal is always to be sort of the all-knowing one in that niche, or try to be, in some case.
Jennifer Hoffman, hello, aloha. She's a new sub. Thanks for being here.
Welcome.
And Maria. It wasn't Eames 22 Eames chair, not the lounge chairs. It was the Herman Miller shell chairs.
All the shell chairs, like fabric covered type chairs.
The fiberglass molded chairs.
Lots of molded chairs. Lots of the Knoll stuff was credenzas, and Herman Miller was credenzas too, with marble tops. The credenzas they just threw in the garbage. They smashed them to make more room so they could get more credenzas into the garbage. Then there was a bunch of like super high-end designer like Chad Hardwick like modular furniture that you can make these big shapes. And all this furniture is like stuff you'd see in an airport kind of for sure. And then yes.
But a lot of it came out of our IBM.
Yes, it all mostly came out of IBM.
Yeah.
And then like some of the bigger ups had like there might have been some Eames lounge chairs, but for the most part, you know, those were broken. You know, if those got used through the years, those always get broken usually.
6x6 was saying, what's all the hullabaloo?
Hubba bubba 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 gum. It's our Josh. And now we can call him now since he is posthumous. We can call him our Josh has left the building. Has left the eBay building.
I mean, I did not tear up, but almost
sad.
wanted to when John said
pall.
that he was sad. I was just like, oh my God, this breaks my heart. Like, you know, it's
It is
rough.
sad.
I think we all.
This year has been sad for we resellers. Not you jackasses that everything is working out for. I still don't believe you. I mean, I will tell you that even people who are doing well right now, they would be doing much better if eBay search and if eBay hadn't changed. I'm not telling you that you're not surviving, and I'm not saying that, you know, we're doing less good, and you might be saying, I'm doing great. I'm even up over last year. But if things hadn't changed last year in April or June, you would be doing so much better than that. That's my point. I just cracked my neck. Could you hear that? Did you hear that?
Was that your neck?
That was my neck.
Like my neck the other
It
day?
was my skull and crossbones. Okay, I'm going to go down here.
I think we can, yeah.
Ooh, what? I hate it when that happens, don't you?
Yeah, like jumps.
Yeah. That was okay. Did you see M say hi, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah,
beep?
yeah.
Okay, so we saw that. And then we say, Biff, well, with that announcement, I'm guessing that eBay doesn't hate low ASP. Exactly. That's sort of what I was thinking, too, that they're actually giving a break to low ASP items. So what does that mean? But then we can just say it means nothing. I mean, for now. But it does seem to be a little bit of a handout's not the right word. A digression, perhaps. A little bit of a digression that they're saying, okay, if you're below $10, you know, you're just 30 cents still. I mean, it is a nicety, I guess, because they could have gouged for more to try to discourage those under $10 instead of what they're doing now, which is possibly encouraging.
And Paul Rose is saying, good for you guys. Instant payment required for sent or accepted offers in the U.S. from the 15th of March, I think. No mention of that for UK, though.
We'll try it here first, I guess.
Yeah, right. But it has its, I don't know, pitfalls to it, too.
Jack,
From what we've witnessed.
Organic went up nearly 4 times the average to 192. Jack, are you saying that you are noticing some increase in traffic? Because I will tell you right now that Saturday and Sunday were garbage. And then Saturday and Sunday, oh my gosh. Jack just
that's so great.
sent us a picture of the doggy watching us on.
Doggy
That was
loves
so cute.
Pokey. Pokey's on the lab. It's so adorable.
Yeah, and then sales kind of blasted off on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesdays. Today's Wednesday. Tuesday was good.
Yeah, we ended up bringing
Having quite
ton
a
of
few.
stuff to the
So
post office.
something happened. I mean, it was junk last week. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe junk, just pittance, and then it blew up. So I'm seeing a lot of people say that. Very interesting, right? It's interesting to me. It's interesting when things are so similar for other people, and you have the same off days and then the same good days. It's odd. We'll say that. Paul bought a blanket in the UK for Patricia for $10. Oh no, that's not what he said. Yeah, blanket increase for the UK, Patricia, not just over $10. But let me just finish the Jack. I did a full reset yesterday. After the reset, external promoted stayed the same. Organic went up nearly 4 times the average to 192. And say sales stayed the same. Shitty. Yes. And so that tends to be the bottom line is what about the sales? But we can't do anything about the sales. But all we can do is affect the page views and the impressions. So you affect the impressions, which give you the page views. But then if they're the block is in between the page views and the sales, right? So it's the oddity comes in where you're getting impressions and page views, but no sales. And that could be checkout not working. I mean, how would they limit your sales besides not showing your items to people? Then you would notice a decrease in page views and impressions. But that's maybe not what's happening. What's happening is they're giving you the impressions and page views, but they're blocking the sale somehow. Either through totally going off on a conspiratorial limb here, but either through making it difficult for people to check out or some other manipulation of the sales process. So people see your items, you have exposure, but they can't make the sale. They can't make the checkout. How about that?
I was not listening.
Well, it's a mystery. Right.
I'm just looking at a whole bunch of good
Words,
comments. Yeah.
People can literally buy their gross market value. It's all about ROI, return on the investment, which, it is all about that, isn't it? Biff.
And Paul Rose was saying, yes, worrying if Joss can't make it with a 300,000 turnover. But as he said, though, that for many people, that would be perfect for them.
Would work for them.
But
well, he needs to take 300,000. I'm gonna read into the situation without knowing everything.
He has a lot of overhead and family.
But he also has an eBay store in the bad times. So this is the bad times right now. We are doing the bad times for people like Josh, for like us, people who sell collectibles, people who aren't selling, vibrators and just that stuff. I wish we could come up with a different, like the J-Ride strategy. That's a fine strategy for sure. But we're way down the road from that. We're down the road where we've worked programs and figured out stuff, and this is what we're going to do. And we're going to be a boutique operation selling one-off items that are nice. People do want those. Don't tell me people don't want those. So then when you have a store like that in the bad times, he can't sell enough. Art's probably suppressed, or regular art is suppressed. High-end art might not be, but regular art might be suppressed right now due to the economy or something. So he just can't get enough items out the door. And at 300 with no other workers, think of that. Think of all the stuff he has to ship. He's maxed out at 300. That's his problem, maybe. He would have to hire people and stuff, and that's not what he wants to do.
Just a quick note. Steve Austin is here and stopped by to remind Jeff about the magical day scheduled for tomorrow. He will be in any moment. We are waiting for him.
Yes, he should be here.
And I just want to add, I worked in the retail world in an actual brick and mortar shop, ran a store in a mall. And this time of year, we would have days where not a single customer would walk in our store.
In Vermont, it's super cold, right? It's not now, like the world's changed a little bit, but it used to be really, really just like barren, cold, don't go out if you don't have to type thing in Vermont.
Right.
In February.
Okay, but still, it's just February in general in retail and resale.
What do you mean,
okay?
It's cold.
There's not. People is very cold. Not as cold as it usually is right now, but.
Amy says, aloha, sexy beast.
Aloha, Amy.
Moronic Pest, greetings. Just got done watching the Josh news. Yes.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
It's a bummer for sure. I did. So Motorcycle did go to the Tiki Bar, the Jungle Bird. It was really cool, but now I want to check out others. You should.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's one of those things where if it bites you, the Tiki movement thing bites you, you're toast. You'll be drunk for the next 3 years.
And then Maria was saying that
in a good way, though.
She loves the Herman Miller modular
Your wallet
furniture.
will also be drunk.
Yeah, the drinks are usually pretty pricey, but they'll get you, that's for sure, really quick.
They'll get ya. They'll get ya.
Jack was saying he sold a Victor, I'm trying to look out for Jeff. He sold a Victor record from 1919, wow, by Bill Murray, titled "Can You Tame Wild
That guy is
Women?"
old. Yeah.
Something that can be played on the Primo Kimo show. Ooh,
Yeah, it sounds like
it's no longer under
another word for
copyright.
that's a banshee. It's wild women.
Oh, Good Karma was saying that one of these days want to drive down to Grand Rapids to check out the Herman Miller Museum. When I was in Michigan years and years ago with a friend and family, we went to Grand Rapids and I loved that place. Man, it was really felt sort of like a ghost town, but there were some awesome thrift stores. It was great.
Yeah, all those days are gone. There's no more good thrift stores. Everyone scoured them. All the stuff's gone.
Paul Rose, my office chair is the
Fast
pilot chair
fashion.
from Thunderbird 1, the movie. One of the few props. That's
Oh, it's the real one. Oh, that's cool.
Neat. I'm using
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, I would too.
Do we have any props that we use? We have some clothing props like that one shirt's from a Very Brady sequel movie with the Hawaiian shirt because they shot in Hawaii.
Jeff is ready.
Okay, wait. I just accidentally opened Photoshop. Now I have to wait for it to close. Hold on. Quit. Go away. We're just waiting for Photoshop to open so I can close it because somehow I opened it. Yeah, why don't you do that?
I don't know. You have so many on there. I don't know where they are
I did. I
anymore.
messed these up. These are like.
Oh, okay. Oh, now you can close it.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go try to find Jeffrey here. He's in the collab cam. Okay, he's there. Okay, so wait. Now we're gonna go to here. Is he there? He's not there yet. Jeffrey, are you here? Let's see.
Well, he says, I'm here.
Did you go on the link? You gotta go on the link that I sent you. Try that link.
In the Facebook message.
Yeah. Check out the link. It might be hard to I don't know. I've never tried to bring somebody in the middle.
Okay.
Can you turn that off?
Yeah, please.
Why? I want to play that the whole hour.
Oh, Carla Olsen, hi. What is going to be your YouTube schedule for lives?
Our current schedule is Monday and Wednesday at 1. And
then we have a Tiki show, non-eBay related, which is how we actually started out on YouTube, which is on Fridays at 4 o'clock Eastern time. And this is all Eastern time.
It's possible that we might expand a little bit because now that Josh is gone. He was actually nice enough because he has been, sort of pondering this for a while. And that's why I started doing them at 1. He gave me a heads up to let me know that he wasn't going to do dailies anymore. And so
we didn't know why.
So we've been sitting here wondering what
busy.
the heck's going on too. But he's a very kind human being, and I think he's
major win.
Nice guy, and we definitely root for Josh Galt. I wish he'd go here, but he's not here yet. So I made this one thing for him.
Aloha, Mr.
Major win. Oh, in
Oh, thank
honor
you
of
so
Josh Galt
much.
pouring
Pouring one out for you, homie.
Heart that.
You are hearted. And then I come over here and I heart us too.
So I wonder where
And some of these.
Jeff is.
And then some of these. I don't see him. Jeffrey, I can send you. You want me to send you a new linky?
Oh yeah, let's try that.
There he is. He's right here. Boom. Gone. You're in. Are you here?
Yes,
I forgot to.
I see him.
Can you hear me?
We can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
No, we can't hear you. I can hear me.
I hear you.
Bridget can hear me.
Yeah.
Bridget, I can hear Bridget, but no one can hear Hayfrosells. And let me.
What's fuzzy? Jack is saying it's so fuzzy.
Is it? What's fuzzy? I don't know. We gotta try.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, they can hear Jeff.
You guys can hear Jeff, but I can't. That's classic. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay, then I might know what's happening.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here. Jack,
Okay, hold
did
on
you say
one
it's
second.
fuzzy?
I have to go to the collab cam and then
No, the
go
audience
into
can hear me.
properties of collab cam. And then collab cam is monitor and output. I should be able to hear you. Wait, Jeff, talk for a second. You're talking. I can see the thing moving.
Thanks, Carla.
Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think I heard you.
You
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yay!
So I'm just going to say, can you pat me on the back, please?
And
30 seconds on the fly. I got dude out and knocked my block off.
That was impressive.
I got him in here. Look at that. You guys, I'm a YouTuber. That was awesome.
Primo calls me at 10. I'm still in bed. Maria's like, I bet that's Primo calling.
It was me. And I mean, we talked about one. I mean, it's so confusing. These
right, because it's different time zones. It gets all confusing.
But you sound great.
I was under the assumption we were going on 11:30. I didn't know Josh wasn't doing anything today. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, I've been doing it at 1 for a few weeks now, because it's my favorite.
I know you manifested that time slot.
Totally did. I coveted it so much it happened, and I'm really happy about it. So I might fill them in, some of the other days. I mean, if we could keep it down to an hour, it's no big deal having it every day. It's the fact is that it lasts for 2 hours, and I can't do 10 hours of lives a week. It's just too much, and get anything done, because I don't, the mortgage doesn't come from YouTube. The mortgage doesn't come from eBay either. I don't know where the mortgage comes from anymore.
I was listening to your show while I was getting ready and packaging a few orders. So I heard everything that you said.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. I mean, about Josh, I think that the thing I take away from it most is just that here we are. This is 2024. The second year of the eBay apocalypse. And
well, some good news. Since
Give
the
us some
show
good
has
news.
started, Jack has made 3 sales.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
He's saying maybe today is that correction day. Here's
Jack, did you
hoping.
like the video? Because I'll give everybody take as many sales as you need. Give me 1 like, I give you multiple sales. Money back guaranteed. By John from Flipping Ain't Easy.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, you sound great.
No, I was reading Jack's comment. I'd like to see Hayfro be the new "Can you hear me now" guy.
Just walking all over the place. Can you hear me now? Okay, let's see what else we got. Paul Rose, my office chair is the pilot chair. Oh, no, you read that. From Thunderbird 1. That's pretty cool. Patricia, I went to the auctions with my parents all through childhood and then flea markets, opened a brick and mortar antique shop at 19. Sold out the stock and went back to college for the degree. Then museum work. That's awesome. Yeah, everybody's going to miss Josh, I think. Just
So
knowing
is,
he was there.
Is John going to continue on with the Power Hour, or is he going to?
It was a little,
It was
He was like, I don't
uncertain.
know.
It was uncertain. He wasn't sure. He was asking for people's thoughts on it. Josh isn't certain that he would be able to be available to even do them. So it's a little up in the air, but John seemed really bummed and sad. He said, I'm really sad right now.
Well, he's losing his co-pilot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It stinks.
And we're losing a really good, there's been like various different ups and downs and groups and everything, but I'm just telling you that we're losing a good work partner with Josh Galt. Not only was he a pretty decent, he was able to explain things, which you're going to have to now totally fill in on that level, analyzing all the financials and everything. But he was able to do that in such a way that was, really engaging. And also, he was he was the guy, if he can do it, we all can do it. And now he can't do it. And we're all kind of like, well
he's doing it
meaning we, right
part-time.
here.
And then maybe
Still.
in the future,
Still, he was the one that I was like, he's going to do it because he has all the pieces to make it, and the hustle, which I don't have that. I never did. I mean, I used to have it, when I was alive and a human.
I feel like because Josh had such a good work ethic, and he was like, I'm gonna do this no matter what. It's this is so representative of what eBay is right now. That's not to say that it's always going to be like that, but I mean, there's a lot of people that are just packing it up, and you have to believe that these stories and these people, I hear people leave comments on my channel all the time saying, I've been doing eBay 20 years. I have to go get a job. And, these losses are going to be reflected in eBay's numbers. Maybe each, not as every quarter that we go on that this is happening, though, that reflection is going to get bigger and bigger.
And a bigger hole to dig out of. And we're going to be doing the digging, by the way. We get the shovels.
Or we're going to get buried.
Or just buried, right? I mean, that's possible. But I hope everyone's really super considering now that I have cross-listing, and doing some working towards that, working towards a more a web, e-commerce web as opposed to just one platform.
Mm-hmm.
And
how's it going?
Well, it really sucked. Last week was just a bummer. We were just like put on a happy face, even though things suck. Just eating crap. And then, it blew up. It pretty much blew up on Sunday, Monday, and yesterday, to the point where we have, over those 3 days, had 20 sales, which we had 4 for the previous 4 days. So it was one of those.
It was weird.
It was one of those weird things because it's not supposed to be like that. It just didn't ever used to be like that. It just didn't used to be like that. So,
but it's very difficult. Name me one business that can do that. They can go, they can go 4 days or 3 days with 4 sales, and then
if that was the structure that I was used to, that I have 3 days off and 4 days on, I'm okay with that. But I just want it to be sort of the same, like every week, so I can count on it. So if that structure works where it's every other day I get sales, I'm okay with that. So I can count on, I just need to count on something once.
Well, yeah, I was saying earlier too that when I worked in retail in a mall, ran a little store in there, and this time of year we would have days where we wouldn't have a single person walk into the store. But it was owned by a local company that also had a different part of the company where they would make T-shirts, so that could supplement the store if the store wasn't making money. But all around, this time of year is pretty slow for anyone selling anything.
February is not the most exciting month that you can think of.
Yeah, it is.
So.
And did you want to catch up on some comments?
Yeah, sure. I was just moronic pest got a negative and used the tool and it was gone in 2 minutes. I had my first neutral in, I can't even tell you how long, forever, and that was gone in 2 seconds too. So the tool works right now. So maybe the tool is going to work for a while just so people use it. And then
I tried it. I can't get rid of my neutral yet, but they haven't even come back and said, no, we're not removing it. But seller could be more communicative. I mean, that's the neutral comment that I got.
Yeah, well, you could go over and give them a foot rub, but you're not gonna. I mean,
yes, I remember your video on that. You're like, what am I supposed to do? Become best friends with them?
Yeah. Go over.
Well, ours was a international sale. Right? You want to?
Yeah, it's just an international sale. The book was in acceptable condition. The customer said, I got it. It started falling apart. I called eBay, got a refund, and threw it away. So he made it sound like but he didn't talk to me. I didn't hear anything because it was an international sale. So eBay refunded him. And if eBay refunds somebody for an international sale, then they give you buyer protection. So that happened. I guess. I don't know which item.
Well, and you said this goes up against eBay's policy.
I wrote the note in it, like I was like, this goes against. This is you shall decide this in my favor type thing. Like I was just sort of saying it like this is you can't not decide this in my favor. Yeah. So I don't know if the wording did it or if it was just are people really reading those? I have no idea. But they do seem to. I have seen a lot of positive, except for your negative that's not being removed.
Neutral. It's a neutral.
A neutral. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people have it work. You know, we've been.
Yeah, I believe Jack said he did it and it worked very quickly. And his theory was maybe they want to avoid people calling in. So if you do use the tool, maybe you're more likely to get a fast response. You know, maybe they'll just. You know,
they're training us again is what's happening.
Not just blanket approve it and fix it, but maybe they're just trying to get, you know, I just, you know, I get a sense that eBay is just constantly trying to figure out ways to remove humans from the equation.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. They should. That should be their business, how to remove humans, how to treat the human sellers and the buyers like humans, but they don't need a lot of infrastructure. They can probably run this country. If they had it all perfected, it'd take 1,000 people to run eBay if everything was AI and everything. What's that?
I was reading Biff's comment. That's not the feedback I am looking for.
Let's see.
I was just noticing that, Major Win was saying that Josh was the people's champion.
He was.
Yeah, I totally agree. Mm-hmm.
We're all...
I had a guy message me like literally right before I came on. I had to take care of something. He's like, I still haven't received this hat that he bought in December. And then I went and I checked the feed. I checked the tracking. And I'm like, it shows delivered. I'm like, I don't know what. Like it was one that for some reason that tracking wasn't uploaded. But I'm just like, you know, I more times than not, I think these people are just fishing and hoping that maybe, you know, because there's no tracking that they can try and get it for free.
I wonder.
Well, I'm a big dummy. I know what it's like to like just totally forget something. Go, did I ever get that thing?
But after 2 months, you can't get your money back. Like
yeah,
it's just fixed, right? I'm thinking, buddy, if you're trying to screw the system, you need to know how to screw the system.
Let me give you some tips.
It's shocking how many people contact you on the 31st day after they were supposed to return something, and they were like, eBay said I can't return it to you. And eBay's like, well, and then eBay closes the case. And then they're like, but I still want to return it. And then for some reason, I never answer any of those. And then they get blocked.
Oh, I have a funny update to something that happened to me. Guy bought a hat from me going to someplace on Vancouver Island. And I shipped it to the address that he gave me. And basically, somehow it ended up coming back to me. We tried to work something out, but it wasn't happening. And he opened a case saying item not received. I uploaded the tracking. I ended up getting to keep the hat, keep the money. eBay sided with me. Then he opened a chargeback on his credit card.
Oh, gosh.
And I uploaded the tracking. And basically what happened was eBay gave him the money, but I still got somehow the credit card company gave him the money because he never got it, but then I still got to keep the money. So that was a win.
That is, yeah. I don't think that happens that often when they put it in a chargeback request. Huh.
Well,
nice.
the chargebacks
eBay had my back on that.
Credit card companies almost always side with the
customer.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Although we had that one huge sale that a guy who was a chef from McDonald's tried to do a chargeback on $4,000 chairs. It was a whole thing, and I threatened to call the cops. He's in Marin or something. I did call the cops. I didn't threaten. I actually did. Anyway, I got the money, and he got the chairs.
The Gangland Legacy. Hi.
Aloha.
I is saying
made 100K 5 years in a row, and just like Josh needed a job again.
Dang.
Yeah, I know. You really do need, for us to have just for two people to have a pretty excellent lifestyle, have a vacation and everything. You need to have about, I think we need 95 like 85 or 90 gross. I can't remember. I used to know these things, how much we needed for stuff. Like to have money to buy things, to resell and stuff. Just the baseline of a
And
good
to enjoy life. And
to enjoy life. Yes, to be able to go out to dinner and like take at least a vacation a year. It's about 90 to 95, I think. So 125 is always where we were shooting. Now last year we were below.
Josh is here.
Aloha, Josh.
Aloha, Mr.
Bean, 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 bean.
Welcome,
Hi.
Josh.
So
Welcome
nice
to the
see
party.
you.
We've been talking
We're
about you,
showering you with
and
love. Shower.
yeah, we hope that your next thing is awesome, and that also you do remain somewhat connected to us through reselling. I don't think you're just going to close your, 50,000 item store. That's James. How many does Josh have?
Josh has a lot.
Let's check.
No,
let's check
he's
the
not-
Josh log. How many does Josh have in the store?
Change his handling time though.
Oh yeah, you may have to do that, or maybe you get some of the kids involved. You can do a Commonwealth picker thing. Get the kids in there.
Yeah, right.
Keep the kids working.
That would be
But you're
great.
gonna have. I mean, it's gonna be much better for you. I'm glad you had that opportunity so that you can know that you're doing the right thing for your family and yourself. But the reselling, we know your heart's in the reselling too. So hope that does play a role. Before following the J-Ride method, please remember he is not, full disclosure, he has sold 2,500 fewer items than I have, and his revenues are much lower than mine. His expenses are different.
Yeah.
We look at him. We know that the situation is that he's ramping up his the J-Ride show, and that's okay. The only thing about him I think is good for new sellers is that he is giving you some things that have some high sell-through rates. He's giving you some good items. If you don't know anything, you go to the thrift store, you come out with a vibrator, a little digital camera, a remote control, some fake Ray-Bans, and you can start your eBay story with those.
Yeah, and Josh is saying the J-Ride solution is a mirage. Please be careful. And Major Win is saying he's an enthusiastic kid, and we were all there at some point, and we were right, not tainted,
Absolutely.
not tainted yet.
We also, Josh, do. I heard your words. I heard your words that he's also sort of at some point during one video, and I don't think he named Josh by name, but he is. He made sort of this attack video thing, and that wasn't ideal.
The Galen Legacy is saying, I am so lost.
In what?
If
without
you're talking
Josh?
about the right.
Or in the conversation. Josh has left. He has left the building.
Aloha, Mr.
He's stepping back a bit from YouTube and if he's here,
He's going back to reality.
He can say, but going back to the other grind and then doing eBay part-time. Well, not full-time. It will still probably take a lot of time.
Well, Josh, again, so we're 54 and we're looking at, you're not 54. I am. So at 54, I'm looking at the long slope to retirement. So at 54, that means in 10 years, where am I in 10 years? Retired, boom, done. Golf cart, drive around the neighborhood, look at the cats, whatever. So you're at that point right now where you're going to finish your working career, keep that side job that we're going to be selling on eBay or somewhere for the rest of our lives. So even when we're really old, you can still sell on eBay till you're, basically not around anymore. Right?
Well, right. It will still just be like a fun thing, even when you're retirement age, just to do it for fun.
So you'll probably be able to dial in and make it much more efficient and awesome.
Well,
I don't have Jeff is covered up here, so I forgot he was here.
Yeah. Sorry, Jeff. He has the comments.
The chat
covering
over
you.
you.
I didn't even know. So if you didn't say that, I would have never known I was covered up.
So say something now.
I feel like for people who do eBay part-time, it's completely different. I feel like it would be so much more enjoyable. It used to be enjoyable. Now it's just stressful.
Totally.
So in a way, I almost feel happy for people who either are still working or are considering going back to work on some level. I totally feel happy for them, because what eBay is right now, and I personally don't think it's always going to be like this, but and if it is, well then,
Damn you to hell, eBay.
Then we're all in trouble.
Yeah, we're all in trouble. There's
Yeah.
going to be a whole
Hey,
lot of massagers.
I wanted to share something with you that Patricia mentioned last night. I was chatting with her, and she said that she was communicating. I want to know if anybody else has ever heard or experienced this. She was communicating with a buyer, sending messages back and forth, trying to negotiate a deal, and eBay cut the messages off, saying that she has exceeded the amount of messages that she can do with the buyer, and that she has to wait until tomorrow. Have you guys heard that?
Yeah, it's a security thing. I know that. So if they may have thought that the person she was in contact with was a scam. I've had that happen before.
Okay, I was like, wait, why is that so familiar? It did happen to us. Yeah.
And that's what they said when I called in. I'm like, this guy's about to give me a whole bunch of money. And they were like, yeah, he probably isn't. He's probably gonna buy something from you, and we're gonna end up having to give you the money back because he's a scammer.
Patricia, what kind of sense did you get from that particular customer? Was it someone who had a decent amount of feedback and seemed like a legit buyer, or was it someone, Okay, she just said the buyer.
And he paid today, so he was legit.
Yeah, I just thought that's very strange. And I mean, you were just saying, Primo, how are ways that eBay can cut the sale off at the,
That's interesting. It is, yeah.
Stop communication between you and the buyer.
Because what if it's not? And my brain just sits. It swirls and swirls and swirls and swirls in legalities of the algorithm and stuff. And I'm not worried. I'm not feeling butthurt by it. It is what it is. It really is. I mean, I'm okay with companies owning their priority stuff and me not knowing what it is. However, in the same breath, I like to think about are there anything illegitimate, anything weird going on in there? And so then can they block a sale? Is that then not illegitimate? So if they're like actually curtailing your sale through one method, is that illegal? And then curtailing your sale through maybe problems on the site, is that another method that they can get away with? These are kind of things that just swirl in my head. How do they get away with throttling us? How's the throttle really work, especially when we're seeing, I think Carl was reporting too from eBay Life, that impressions, page views are good, but then sales can just be a total desert. These are things I'm looking at more and more now. Without caring, because they can't do anything about it.
Patricia said she had to relist the item, and then they talked further. So that's...
I would say, Patricia, it's possible that that's the same thing that happened with me. You are only allowed a certain amount of back and forth. I know that. I thought it was maybe 5 times back and forth. You can have 10 total back and forths, maybe 12. I can't remember, but we have gone through it where they told us that you only have a certain amount, and that if they do sense that there's too much activity, if someone's asking too many questions, they might consider it fraud or something. Or a security risk. Or some sort of security risk.
I've never heard of that. I thought that was extremely weird.
And read the Gangland Legacy comment.
Have you guys from a buyer? Have you guys from a buyer and seen the message that eBay sends that says you have reached your level of bids or purchases and stops them from buying? I have never seen that one.
Wow, a friend sent the screenshot. That is.
But how can you not let me buy stuff when I want to buy 1 million 2-cent postcards? Why can't I? Odd.
And Motorcycle Darkwoods just saying to Josh, thank you very much for all the time you have given us. Hope we hear from you soon, brother.
So, Biff, that marketplace?
What's that?
Biff just said that CNBC had a segment about the Reddit founder launching a collectibles community. Is that going to be a marketplace?
I don't know. That's interesting.
I'm asking Biff.
Well, I think it's along those lines. I see that FedEx may have been offering fulfillment for a while, but I'm just seeing it now. In other companies, you saw Rockstar's doing eBay fulfillment, which is, I probably would choose more wisely than that. But there's a lot of fulfillment companies coming up that are trying to do the Amazon type model, FBA type model, where you send in your eBay crap to them and then they ship it out for you and everything. It's kind of like the new version of Auction Oasis, or that was we sell your things on eBay for you.
Oh, Jack is asking if he can post a link in chat of an article that Patricia sent.
I can't even sell the things, my own things on eBay. How can someone do it better?
I don't know. Is this it, Jack? The value added? I don't know if you can post links.
Oh,
try.
Right.
If you can, you can.
Right. She did comment further up about the job listings on eBay.
Yeah, I actually did read this. Yes. Hold on. Let me see if I can copy it.
Mantel.
Maria!
Aloha, Maria!
Hi!
Okay. HTTP.
She looks like an angel.
She does.
With the light.
The angelic glow.
It's too, yeah. Sorry about that.
Hold on. I'm trying to get Jack's link up here. See if I can. It's RE. Okay, there I put it out there. I don't. Let's see what it does.
Yeah,
it's about eBay job listing. eBay's job listings hint at strategic pivot and fresh consumer seller focus. This is February 20th, which is
yesterday.
A day old, so it is not fresh new eBay news. This is a day old. Amidst mass layoffs, cost-cutting pressures, and potential leadership shakeup, eBay's open job positions show need for fresh ideas and new strategies, with a possible pivot back to wider customer seller focus. These words make me get all tingly inside. I don't know, but it does sound.
A lot
good,
of them
doesn't
seem
it?
to be dropping their stocks too. Got a lot.
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
4 notifications.
Do you guys
yesterday.
do you subscribe to the thing where it sends you all the SEC filings? And they've just been coming every day.
Employees
Ding,
selling
ding,
their
ding, ding.
stocks.
Like, I think they have 1,500 Class A stocks or more. They send you a ding, ding, and it's a lot of people. And one of them was somebody who came back to eBay. Yeah,
He was the chief product, something.
and then he left, and then he came back or something. But anyway, this is basically, Mr. Ione. Wait, this is him quoting to rejoin eBay. This seems old. This part is old. Ione took those sentiments even further in July 2020. I don't want to read that. I don't care.
I just discovered Value Added Resources website, and I like their site, but I also don't like how they link. They almost link too many articles inside their articles.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's
you
a
can do a lot of
going
research. Yes, you can do research if you want. If you want a rabbit hole, this is perfect for that.
on. Yes, right.
I do see that they're saying they have a chart for active eBay buyers from 2018 to 2023.
Oh,
showing
wow, it drops.
a huge dumpster.
Anyway.
So a huge rise, a glut of buyers in the 2020s, of course, and then a slow just dumping of buyers all the way down to 132 million buyers right now, and at the height, Q4 of 2021 of 163 million. So they've lost 60 million buyers in, I think we all know that, but in less than 3 years. So, and then, so this does look like a great article. And I mean, it covers like so many different things, like the $59 million settlement, the DEA. So where does eBay go from here? Sellers have been shouting at the closed walls of eBay's executive ivory tower, trying to pierce the echo chamber and advocate for real return to the being of a platform of choice for sellers, while lamenting the increasing disconnect and lack of communication between eBay and its longtime seller base. Commenting on the news of Jay's alleged departure, so somebody left. Value Added Resources, somebody said, none such. But see, these are just guesses, I guess.
Those are words.
Yeah, just words. But there's a lot of them, and they look good. Nice collection of words here. Value added resource. So this would be interesting. I can't find anything that really just. I can't find anything that from the title to see how they're pivoting and their fresh consumer seller focus. I'm not seeing the examples of those, but I believe they're in this very long article. TLDR. Sorry. This is YouTube. This is for instant consumption. Do you actually have a dentist today still? Did you say? Do you have to go now?
Well, that was also when we thought he was
later.
Yeah.
It's later. Okay.
I was thinking that if we were going on 11:30 to 12:30, then I was going to have to leave. So I do have a little bit more time.
Okay.
Yeah. But how about that seller update? That was pretty worthless, right?
Totally worthless. Well, I read through that and because everything has already been implemented. It's
Many words to say nothing.
A whole bunch.
Many words to say. We're raising the per item cost a dime.
So the one thing that we thought was pretty cool was that it seems to be a pivot away from their low cost items. I forget what are they called.
Well, they're not charging that extra 10 cents for anything under $10.
Under $10 stays at 30 cents. So that's almost a like, okay, so you can keep the cheap items on here.
I actually like that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So we're trying to look for positive things in the doo-doo pile. So and since there was no technical doo-doo, there was no fee increase. Was there? Did I miss that?
Oh, you mean overall?
I don't think there was a final seller fee increase at all.
Not
They're going to save that summer update when things are really low.
And then they're going to double it because they didn't do it this time. Of course, that's what they're going to do. But I think they, I don't know. I'm hoping they hurt. And also, I'm still hoping Josh. I wanted to say that to him while he was here. Was that I hope he's still actually did get the golden ticket to the chocolate factory. That's why he's really leaving us. Because he's going to be eBay. Maybe he'll be outreach. He'll be the king of eBay outreach.
Oh, you can dream.
I know.
I don't think
Joshy.
so.
Am I right? Well, let me see if I can find anything else in here that...
Actually, that's the pivot that eBay needs. And that's... maybe that is possible because... There's always ebb and flow in everything, right? There's always trends that come and go. There are, we see changes where people are saying, everything is bought online now. I don't go anywhere. I don't go out to buy anything. And then in a few years, someone will say, wouldn't it be nice if you could physically go somewhere and buy something? And then there will be a resurgence of popularity in malls and brick and mortar. And so hopefully, things will kind of change, like move back and forth, and maybe we're just in the worst part of it, where the tide is completely out and dry. But
that's what it feels like, and I think
can't come back in.
So many of us feel that way. That it's not, we're not sitting on, eBay Island alone. We are all sort of sitting. Whether you're all on a giant island together, or we're communicating and seeing that we're all experiencing something very similar.
Yeah.
Even the people who are having good numbers and experiencing success because they're selling high sell-through rate items aren't realizing that their experience could be even better if eBay was working perfectly.
Yeah, and I think Josh's departure is not only telling of, because he was so well known in the community. Mm-hmm. His story is like so many other stories. It's just more pronounced because he was so well known and he had such a following, and he was, a champion for sellers. But there are so many people, and there are so many people who we don't know who have had to do similar things. Yeah. Like,
oh my gosh, I know.
Leave and not even leave necessarily, like in Josh's case, hopefully he's left for something that is a really great opportunity. But the other side that we are normally hearing is that people are having to leave for not so great opportunities in employment because someone like Jeff is unemployable. Like,
I know. We're unemployable. What are we going to do?
Like, working his own hours, creating his own list of priorities, making making sure that taking care of the bottom line, prioritizing this over that, a boss would just not be
Just
able
crush
to
him.
accommodate this kind of personality.
I can get a job. I can talk
Self-employed.
my way in. They will give me a job. I will be the coolest person. They will be so excited. My first day I get there, I will just sit in a chair and cry. 'Cause I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, because you're so accustomed to having worked for yourself for so long.
I did this on purpose. I don't want to be locked in. I want to be able to walk. I just want to be able to, I mean, I know this sounds crazy. I mean, some people don't understand how you can feel this way, but certain people are wired in a certain way where if you grab hold of them, she's not wired that way. If you grab hold of them, they just pull like
they bolt.
I just gotta don't touch me. Don't touch me unless you tell me, you sneak up on me, you give me a good nice rub, massage my shoulders a little bit. I don't mind that. But it's when somebody wants me, needs me, owns me, and then I can't do I just can't. I have to run.
You don't like clinginess is what you're saying.
Well, so like when I had a lot of jobs in my youth at the Gap. And my girlfriend was out of school one day and I'm like, I got to go. And she's like, well, you just got here for your shift. And I'm like, next. I'm like, I just left. Because I didn't need the Gap job. But I did make up for that. And I did learn to be a much better employee. But at the same time, I'm a terrible employee. Nobody should ever, 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 ever hire me. Because I will not like it so much I will make you miserable and me miserable on purpose.
You. That's Jeff too.
I think it's a lot of us who do.
Also, all the talking to himself.
Well, we got to talk to somebody.
That he does throughout the day. Like,
no, there's things to talk about. You got to.
Like, who are you talking to? I'm like, myself.
Yes, the left side needs to know what the right side's doing. This is just proper human design.
When I was listening to you while I was getting ready, and you made a comment, and you just kind of reiterated it there that if eBay was working properly, we would all be making so much more money. Let's take the devil advocate side of that. If eBay was working properly and we were all making so much more money, would that mean that we would be seeing tons of bolo videos? Does that mean we would be seeing tons of more new people coming into the reseller space because they would be having FOMO, thinking that we're over here on eBay Island raking it in?
Yeah.
Would that make things more competitive?
I think that's what happened over the pandemic, right? For the past 3 years, you've had nothing but an increase in YouTubers doing the bolos, doing the flippers. The flippers are crazy. We just lost one of our best wave 3ers. People talking about the business of eBay as opposed to just to buy stuff and sell it. Because we can all do that. This is to build a business that's going to roll. I mean, I promise poor J Ride's just going to get beat up all the time, but he can just fold up his business in one day and nothing will happen. There's not that much there. It's like there's not years of building it up, years of learning, it's just a couple of years.
Maria just whispered to me, "Who's J Ride?"
J Ride is a new YouTuber and eBay. He's a kind of a star, but his general
a star on what? Just for her
on YouTube.
Yeah, he gets a lot of views. He's got a lot of subs, and
he's very pro eBay.
Yeah.
But what he does is he's
not as pro as he used to be because he's taking his store, like he's basically taking the store down to 1,000 items, whereas he used to have 28. He at that time he wanted to build it up to like 7,000.
Yeah.
Now he's cross-listing on Whatnot, Poshmark, and Mercari, and he wants to reduce his eBay exposure. So what does that say?
He's learning fast. Somebody
who's selling high through sell-through rate, and he wants to reduce his eBay stuff?
Well, that's why I'm saying. Oh, sorry. Go.
Sorry. Keep that thought. So right away, there's an example of someone who, and we've seen that. We've seen people say, it's your stuff, it's you, it's your store. And some of those people have come, have swung the other way now and are saying, actually, there are issues with eBay. Actually, I do now experience, now that I've had a bit of a downswing, like downturn, I have experienced that. So,
Yeah, I think that's what's happening with him too.
Will,
I do think that's what's happening with him too, and that's kind of what leads me to the point of even the Tommy Bernards, even the people who are saying they're just like, everything's so great. It's not as good as it could be. That's what I promise you. I'm not promising you that you're not making more money than you did last year because you're better at your job, because you've made more deals, because yes, all that stuff makes sense. Your business should be growing every year, but you should be doing less to make that money because you've already put the process together. So if you use all these thoughts together, you realize that you're less efficient this year because of the changes on eBay, even if you're successful. Those of us who notice big drops in sales, that's what we notice because we're just doing the same thing over and over. Those of you who are changing up your inventory or doing things, you're keeping up, but you're not growing as much as you would be if eBay was working right, or the way it used to. Let's put it that way.
Andy's so meta. You have 2 more times to mention Tommy before he pops up in a cloud of shoes.
Tommy Bernard Podcast. Tommy Bernard Podcast. Tommy Bernard Podcast.
Nesbit, Amy, May is 15 years for her on eBay.
Wow.
And Jen reached 10 years last month. That's
wow.
Good work.
Wow. 24 years on eBay right now. By the way, James, remind James next time you see him
this is our
that he keeps saying 22 years on eBay. Then he realized like 6 months ago that he was now 23 years on eBay, but he just says 22 still. He's like, I don't care. I'm just used to saying it. But I want to remind him sometimes that he's actually 23 years. Definitely 3 years old.
Jack says that the sad part of eBay is that I loved waking up and working it every day, 7 days a week. I got so much joy out of it, and I was making eBay money. And
yeah,
I think so many people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a power seller certificate?
No.
So, I mean, may not have been around. So their first top rated seller was Power Seller. That was their first thing. And I was maybe the first year I was selling, it's like the year 2000. They sent me, I was like, what's eBay sending me in the mail? They sent me a certificate. It was a beautiful color thing. It was like, Power Seller, James Guthrie is hereby a power, that's my name, hereby a power seller. And we celebrate you. We speak your name.
That's
I know.
You can tell there was different management then.
It was a whole different world back then. Things were rougher back then too. So a lot of the growth of eBay is absolutely great. A lot of it, the infrastructure, a lot of it's good. The growing pains even we can deal with. But why did you mess with our money? Don't mess with the money, eBay. Doesn't everybody know that? You don't mess with the money.
Major Win is saying, we're the new kids on the block, only 3 years in. We be the babies growing up on eBay sour milk right now. It will make you stronger.
Well, I think you had a good 2.5 years. It's only been the past half a year that's really been.
I just have to think that for example, with promoted listings, it's almost like eBay is like Amway, like a network marketing business where at some point you will become insoluble. Like your model will not continue to work because you're tapping dry all of those eBay sellers who have been here for so long and know what the business model used to be versus what it is now. And that even with all the new sellers, there has to be a breaking point where promoted listings is just not feasible anymore, and that they'll have to consider a different way of making money, which might be, oh wow, how innovative. Maybe you could promote your business and market it the way that other businesses do, and that they have a marketing budget
and charge us 20%. Just charge us 20% and do all the marketing and do it all and charge us 20% and be done with it. Wellness Wisdom. He sometimes Wellness Wisdom comes in a little sassy, likes to tell me
Hi,
things.
Wellness.
Hi, Wellness. And he's a supporter of J Rides, but he did retract his message. So I just wanted to let him know that, you are if you're a man or woman, I don't know that. Just like to let you know that you are totally welcome here. So feel free to let us know. I'm not insulted, and please, your point of view is welcome. I'm going to take a nap now, though. However, I just all of a sudden fell asleep in my head. I'm like, oh, it's time to go.
I
no,
mean,
it's not.
I've got nothing against J Ride. The whole massager
No.
bit, it's
That's
comic
just
gold.
that's just funny. That's all.
But
it is.
it's comic gold, man.
It is.
Like, yeah.
That's what he sells?
Well, no,
Yeah, that's one of his
well,
top
no,
10
they're-
things to buy.
Right. But
Massagers. And the Hitachi
Massage,
magic
yeah.
wand is the best one, and it goes for the most money.
And
And there's you only buy those for one reason.
packages, right?
No, they're not. They're
No.
not.
No,
You're
they're
joking.
dirty used
joking.
massagers.
No.
It's
Are you
hard.
serious?
It's hard to take, but I'm
Yeah.
not saying they don't sell. And you can get a word from
Let me just
a
go
dozen
upstairs.
people in
Hold
here.
on, I gotta add to Jeff's inventory. Okay, kidding.
There's a dozen people in here that have
I
sold
already
them,
sold
and they do sell. They absolutely do sell. So no one's. It's
No,
not.
they are good sellers.
They're
That's
good
why
sellers.
he sells them. And they're muscle massagers, but we know a lot of
Some
people
of them
don't
aren't
use them
muscle
for that.
massagers, my dear.
How do you think I afforded that expensive dinner?
Nice try.
So yeah, a major one. Congrats to all the long-term sellers. Somehow we're surviving. Yes, you too. You're the spouse. You're the war. Wait, I'm trying to raise your hand.
What are we doing?
Grab my hand.
Oh.
Yay!
Hey. Oh, hi, Wellness.
Aloha. Well.
Oh,
Wellness.
right.
Yes.
It just
Have you seen
replying,
J Ride's feedback? It's horrible.
He has
Oh, that's a quote. It's a quote.
He has a 99% feedback
Everybody.
rating. Right.
Oh, hold on.
Aloha!
That's
What's
me.
happening?
I just tried to play our video.
Right.
over.
Well, he sells a bunch of stuff.
Well, I got to
so-
go see because I have 100%. So if he doesn't have 100%, he's not as good as me.
Yeah, but the more items you sell, the more annoying the
I
buyers
sell
can
more
be.
items than him. I did look at his.
Really?
I did look at his. He's got like 2,800 items listed, and it says 2,500 sold. That's really pretty good. If you look at the items, I can sell those items too because they're like $5 remote controls and stuff. So I think Josh came in here and said, make sure you really look into his stats and numbers and what he's saying, because some of what he's saying is a beginner's words. Some of the things he is saying are most definitely he's learning and he's doing it and he's hustling and stuff. So do that. But I wanted to look and see specifically.
Well,
He has
and
99.
he said too in some of his videos he has other sources of income. So,
Yeah, like TikTok and YouTube.
and something like royalties or something from a
Some
pesticide,
royalties. He's got pesticides.
or not pesticide, an insect or pest control. Pest control.
He's got a rocket formation. He's an astronaut. He owns 17 Tim Hortons.
You're funny.
What I'm saying, and I'll tell you right now, looking at J Ride, knowing people in general, nice kid. Most of you aren't J Rides. Most people watching J Rides aren't J Rides and are not going to get the same outcome from watching J Ride videos. Most of you out there, I'm sorry, don't mean to insult you. You're like me, just a dude sitting in their house in Vermont with a golden hat.
Super
Yeah.
cool dude.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
not saying
she
anything
said
else.
super.
Oh, wait, what happened?
She said
my hat's
super
cool?
cool, dude.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know if you were talking about J Ride. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. The sound effects erase your voice if you're talking. I couldn't
Yeah,
hear you
she
say.
said with a super cool spam banshee.
Oh, you're
she's
so sweet.
Okay, we're gonna do
Thank
the
you.
beep beeps. She's the super cool. She's the one. She's the magic. She's the one that keeps all of you coming back to watch us. We know.
And
Yeah,
Pokey.
right.
And Pokey.
Pokey's good too.
Yeah,
Pokey
he-
doesn't do anything though unless I go,
Oh no! What Heartfogums. Oops, sorry.
He loves that. Look, I woke him up.
Oh, so cute.
He is
You
a
want
good
a
boy.
life? You want to know how to live the life? That's the life right there, boy. Look at this. This is a pre-shredded little pieces of treat right here. So in case he should wake up and need, he's famished. I've been
Oh my
sleeping
goodness.
on my 17th nap of the day. I'm famished.
So babied.
Jem. Oh wait, you moved I don't know where it was.
Yep, Kimo, I was thinking that today. I told my wife eBay should just charge 20% fees across the board for all categories. No more fees on shipping or transaction fees, and they should just have enough for ads. I mean, ideally, that sounds good. And it doesn't even bother me that it does bother me that they charge me for every move that they've made has bothered me when they made it. So, but then I go, oh, but the next one just made that one look not so bad.
But sellers ruined the whole shipping thing because sellers were
5
charging.
sellers sold things for $1 and charged $5 million shipping.
Well,
and,
I'm sure it was more than that.
I never did it.
No,
Not
but
even
for
once.
them to make that change.
If I figured out a way to make money on it, I probably would have tried it. But I feel like I've always been scared that eBay can look in your messages and see that you're trying to do stuff offline. I even have a guy. So right now, tell me this, Jeffrey M. Tell me. I have a person. I want to buy this item. I still haven't gotten it yet. It's the poster, black light poster with black velvet on it. And it's stoned again. It's a Crumb art from Robert Crumb. And it's brand new. So that's why I wanted this brand new one. But it's not the old one from the 70s. It's one from the 80s from Spencer's Gifts. Trust me, I want this one. Guy's $75. I'm like, hey, can I have a discount? He's like, yes. Gives me his phone number and his name. Takes a picture of it on his phone and sends me that picture in eBay messages. I don't think I would get in trouble for going off eBay, calling him and getting the discount and, for myself. But he would be at risk of getting in trouble. So I'm literally, eBay scared that into me when I first started 20 years ago or 23 years ago. Don't do stuff off of eBay. If we catch you doing it, we're going to get mad at you. So I won't even do it when I'm buying.
No, I don't. I don't do
You
it
wouldn't either. Okay.
In fact, if somebody does, if they like ask or they do that or they try to, I just stop communication. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't mess around with that.
But I want that thing so bad, though. I want it. So I'm just gonna have to pay it $75 for it. That's all.
I would buy it from your other account.
Oh yes, right. Good point. Or, by the way, would you mind buying something for me if I just tell you what the item is? Okay.
Yeah, send it all the way over here.
Send it.
And then I'll send it all the way back.
Yes, we could do that. We could maybe only spend twice as much on it that way. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Okay, there's his removed one. People are really backing off on PL, Biff says. How do you know that, Biff? Do you know that? Because we are. I mean, you mean anecdotally, you're saying that?
Well, Kath had said that she's back down to 2%. She's not going back.
Okay. I think that is
I think a lot of people are just like, well, if I'm not going to get
you
well, like James is backed off.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are like, well, if I'm not going to get sales at this percentage, I mean, I've lowered mine a percentage or two just because. What's the point if we're not getting?
Now, do you think, is it possible? Because this is honestly what I think. Is it possible that they release promoted listings? They do nothing for your visibility. They actually have taken away your visibility. They give you impressions, possibly page views. And if you promoted or if you didn't promote the exact snapshot of the exact same period, there would be no difference. Is it possible, people, everyone answer this for yourself?
Absolutely possible.
That PL does nothing.
Well, I'm beginning to wonder if it, and I mentioned this, is like there's so many people like Kevin and people and Nash and people who don't promote and they still get sales.
Yeah.
It seems like, I don't know. I have a hunch, and I'm gonna test it at some point. But it's kind of like if you're not in promoted listings, you're kind of maybe you're out of the matrix and you're out of that whole, maybe you're not being manipulated, but maybe you're throttled also for a
John is
while.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
wondering
sorry,
if that.
I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay.
Well,
Oh.
there's that
Flipping ain't easy.
we had discussed before on your show, Primo, that the lack of clarity and information and transparency around PL, where it's like, how do you know what you're promoting at for how much? How do you know you're receiving 20% more or 30%
Right.
more?
Absolutely.
2% more? Where are all the stats to show here's how you showed up or didn't show up? Like, there's nothing to support it. It's like
There's not.
You're just throwing a dart on the wall and saying, I think 18% is going to do it for me. Bullseye. Like, there's nothing to support.
Well, there's nothing to
Promoting
support
lots
it, and when you don't know if that snapshot, you would have sold all these items anyway. That's the weird part in how they do their calculations. But I do think that there's a, if they were to keep, they don't want to. You can't give up your algorithm, because that's what the company is their algorithm, how it moves the items and everything. So they can't necessarily tell you what's in there or how it totally functions. They'll give you some clues and such, but they could very easily actually show us what promoted listings is. They can easily tell us what it does and how much you pay and what it does, and show me and make it happen. They could. I
think I read somewhere that they are going to be in future updates or things. They are going to give a little bit more transparency as to where, like maybe for like offsite ads or whatnot, like what we're getting for it. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I agree with Nesbitt experience, selling in different categories. I think the diversification is just huge. I think Jack continually
That's all we
said
can do.
That's what's saving me in my store.
And it's the future anyway, just in the general of, if you're following the enshittification thing, I mean, the real solution for it, even if there isn't one, even for no reason except for just to be smart, the new places come up, you got to put some of your stuff on the new place. Even with the district, which may or may not, it's about moving your stuff around, and it's about taking advantage of the new user, whatever. So if they're going to give you $10 or they're going to do something, keep all your eggs on eBay, but then also spread them around. And I hope some of these cross-listing tools that are coming out are going to be helpful for that.
John from Flippin' Ain't Easy is here.
Aloha, John.
He was asking if he was late. We started at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
1 p.m., John. Yes, we're 1 o'clock on Monday and Wednesday, and 4 o'clock on Friday for the Tiki Show.
And we're very bummed out about the news today, and we hope that you'll continue with Power Hour somehow.
Yes, hopefully something cool will happen.
Yeah.
And that you'll remain, and maybe some rotating hosts or something, maybe.
Andy Sometta said, John, you're early for the next show.
And what's Patricia saying something about? It's a lot of vibrator talk in the chat today. Yes, forever J-Ride and vibrators forever. Let's see. Paul says you. Oh yeah, that's more of the vibro conversation. We are getting Hayfrosells stereo again. Oh, I guess you were you mono for a second? Oh, we all are. Hold on. Yes, Major. We fixed our audio. Vibrators or solders, whatever. How do you guys write so much and then I go one click and there's 50 more lines?
Because you are using the mouse in a weird way.
Yeah, I use everything in a weird way. Well, speaking of mice, we told you that we caught the one mouse that was running on my desk the other day. And then, and I put out the have a heart, and we drove it off to a non-disclosed warm location where mice can have a good life. And then we were like, hopefully that's one, but everybody knows the one mouse. Mice do not travel alone.
Well, there were plenty of
So they
signs
just
today. that
crapped
there
all
was
over our
other
entire
mice.
house, kitchen, bathroom, my desk again. And so there's like
I
multiple
literally
attack,
bleached everything
multi-prong attack.
yesterday, and then this morning when
I
we
hate pieces to pieces.
So we
All the traps are coming out.
so
Dude, 10 years ago, we had an ant infestation, and it was whenever the first Ant-Man movie was coming out, we had an ant issue that we've long since got taken care of. But I couldn't even go see the Ant-Man because I was just so freaked out about
Right,
ants.
too many ants.
I just hate any kind of critters.
I can't go to Disneyland now because stupid mice all over my house.
It's so invasive. Anything.
They are. They're so cute though. They're so adorable.
Why is Pokey not doing his job?
Pokey, where did you go? Where did he go?
he's not
Is
a
he
cat.
sick of our
Actually,
nonsense?
the other night he was sniffing the air over near where
where
we think they're coming in.
So this bookcase right here that I built all this, but there's a hole going through the wall between this office and another place where there's another TV area. So the wires go through the wall. I just literally punched a hole through the wall and put the wires through. And the mice are coming through this hole that's punched in the wall. They're coming from like beneath the floor up through the wall and out this hole
Through
and
the
dividing
crawl
up
space.
and crawling all over everything and turning everywhere.
Oh,
It's so gross.
yeah.
Flipping ant. Major Win comes in with flipping ant easy. Thank you, Major
That's
Win.
a good one.
You need to borrow Jack's dogs. They
They do mice?
They're so cute.
they would
They get the mice.
yes, they do. They are.
Wow. Yeah, Pokey doesn't understand that.
Let's see. PL doesn't work, and people have finally figured it out. It took some empirical data and experience. Yes, Biff Boffo says.
Yeah, you are.
Selling on eBay since '97. Jennifer, you're older than us. That's like 26 years, I
Wow.
think. That is amazing. Benny says if you read between the lines, it tell you what eBay considers high value and what they consider high ROI and why they are pushing them so hard and leaving everyone else to the wind. Yeah, I mean, I still think even though they're not on their list, all those collectible categories are anything with zero insertion fees. That's how I decide what eBay considers valuable is whatever they give you zero insertion fees on. Still going to use that as the telltale.
Steve
for now.
Austin, you have a great rest of the day, too.
Aloha and have a great day. $6 million man. It's now the $6 billion man with Marky Mark. Nesbitt, let's see. No, I read that. Jack, who knows, with the shrugs. Paul Rose is at 3%, but from the end of next month, I'm going to start dropping it by 0.1 a month until you're out. Yeah, we were talking yesterday or the other day, and Stoic was agreeing with this, that you can get yourself out of the promoted listings without triggering the algorithm to douche you. Yeah, to spank you. And so, and he said just to really do it like a little bit at a time. So you see a slow slope in your, and then one day you're just out. And I think that's how Kevin did it and didn't notice any issues with that.
Okay.
Callie Debs has experimented with percentages. Major Win, we're happy to be here because we're a little sad of all of this, but it's okay. Just a little breath to catch. Now, wait, what's Major Win do? I forget. Is he a lawyer or the doctor? Major Win is the doctor, right?
Oh, well, one of them, they both are, or one of them is.
And because they thought I was Primo Kimo, like Chemo.
And because they come from their doctor
the
background,
doctorian.
their minds. Yep.
Go back to doctoring. Yeah, everybody's just saying hi. Mouse-orama here in the farm. Oh, because you have mice everywhere. Yeah, I don't want the mice though, because they're in our house, and our house is a hoarder situation essentially. I mean, it's organized hoarding, but it's like all of our death piles in our house right now, and it's, what happens when the mice get like into the piles. I don't want that, so we're doing like right today. I'm doing this full squirting the foam in all the exterior holes, like finishing the job I was supposed to do like 5 years ago.
Squirting the foam.
You got to squirt the foam in the holes.
The phone.
That's what she said.
No.
No. Let's see. Anything else here? We need a Yorkie to coordinate to help coordinate Pokey for the mouse patrol. Subordinate Pokey. Yes, they will be the leader. Pokey's not. Yeah, he doesn't. He's just like hand feed me treats and peel my grapes. That's Pokey. He doesn't.
Major. Oh, sorry.
He's not gonna get his hands dirty on a mouse carcass.
I wouldn't
Although
want
he
him
does.
to. I would freak out.
He rode a wood. Like we had this woodchuck in our backyard.
Lord, yeah.
And we were trying to get him, but he wouldn't come back in. So we were both running around trying to capture him. All of a sudden, woodchuck comes tearing through and woodchucks are like flat, low to the ground, kind of like a furry brown circle, low to the ground. Excuse me. And we look over, and Pokey's on the back of the woodchuck. Woodchuck's running. Pokey's surfing the woodchuck.
And the poor woodchuck, though, it squeezed its body underneath our fence, and I thought, oh Lord, it probably just scalped its head. It was so terrified trying to get away from Pokey. Pokey was just like, rah, 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 rah.
Pokey's like, I'm finally, this is my getaway.
Yeah.
You thought so.
I'm leading my life of luxury.
Yeah.
He'll never do that.
I'm going on an
I would
adventure.
be devastated.
He like we've every once. Oh wait, sorry. I didn't have me. I was not.
Trisha live traps them.
Live trap? Yeah, we live trap the mice. We have a heart, and then we take it over to this semi-heated warehousey type situation where they can run free.
Condominium.
A little yeah, we give them a little. We give them a little peanut butter and a couple paper towels, a little backpack and a sleeping bag.
A little stick with the bag on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Major Wynn
Patricia,
says, not a doctor, just working medical data, a different kind of fight.
Yeah. And Patricia was saying, get some steel wool or brass wool or copper wool
For the what?
and stuff the mouse gateways with it. They can't.
Oh,
chew
I
it.
used tinfoil because I thought tinfoil worked, but it doesn't because they eat tinfoil. In case you didn't know that, because sandwiches are in tinfoil.
Steel wool.
Yeah, steel wool. That makes sense. I knew I. In fact, that's what I thought I was doing. I thought I had heard that trick and it was tinfoil, but no, it's steel wool. Because tinfoil, they literally will eat through tinfoil to get to the sandwich. They ate through one of these kind of bags to get to Pokey's treats last night. Like a plastic bag with the silver in it.
Yeah,
they ate
I
right
get
through that.
I'm very aggressive.
Yeah,
People.
these are February winter mice. They need to eat, I guess.
It's probably the coldest it's been so far this winter. This past week and a half, so I think that's why we're starting to see them. They were
The mice go out in the winter. They do and run on top of the snow, and like we have around our neighbor. Well, I guess most places have used food in the backyard now. What's it called?
compost.
Compost piles. So we've been actually this town has been reporting that we have rats and mice because we have these backyard compost piles
Yeah,
now.
people are starting to see rats. I mean, you don't see rats around here.
And these mice are going to our neighbor's compost pile, which is over the fence, not too far away. So if they do go out, they run right over there and go eat
the mice.
The mice.
You just said the rats are.
Oh no,
what are you
I'm sorry.
talking about,
It's a mouse. Yeah, mice.
But rats. People
Remember,
are
I thought I
seeing
saw
rats
a mole. I just saw a mouse that went to the trash and had a big lips, big.
What are you
big
talking
mouth, big
about?
cheek.
The issue with mice is that they're so cute. Like
I know.
Adorbs.
they're so cute. I lived in a house once where there were mice and my kids were really little, and I was in a renting situation, and I remember I cornered one in my bedroom underneath my dresser. But anytime I'd see it, I'd scream. Like I'd feel like I'm gonna get it, but the moment it appeared, I'd scream and I'd go running away. I finally called the health department because the landlord wasn't doing anything about it, and suddenly there were, the people that come to.
Oh really? Okay.
The-
Well, you can. They
Control.
literally come through a hole. I mean, they have to have a place to get in. They don't have like tiny little Star Trek transporters. They're just like,
Yeah.
"So how do you get in here? You can't possibly, but they do. They get in everywhere. There's a moose loose in the hoose. That's a Scottish thing. I don't know. That sounds like a Canadian thing too. Biff, I agree. $20 and under for significant money for eBay, but can't wait. What is that? See, now we're in the like little straggler comments that are having multiple conversations.
Well, PY23 says I'm behind on the stream, but
Aloha,
my childhood
PY23.
friend Mary Kate was the older daughter in Gilbert Grape.
Oh, seriously? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome to PY23.
Who's eating Gilbert Grape? Right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we were talking about that earlier on in the show.
Oh, what's eating Gilbert
Oh,
Grape?
right. What's eating Gilbert Grape? Yep.
Well, right now it's mice.
That's a cannibalism movie.
Excuse me, this is my show right now, okay?
It's not
So
cannibalism.
comments from the Peanut Gallery.
It's not cannibalism.
Access to Maria.
How dare you? Where's my how dare yous?
Benny's asking, has anyone noticed the homepage change on Bonanza? I was just
I have
going
a lot
on.
of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Oh, that was funny. That isn't that Kim Kardashian's voice?
No, it's Kelly from The Office.
Oh, okay.
How dare you?
Yeah.
That's not.
I was just on Bonanza's site earlier today checking it out.
Because we're cross-listing on there because it's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
You don't get any sales, but at least you get to cross-list there.
Well, John was saying that he gets like, what, 12 a month maybe or something? I mean, that's better than nothing. And they don't take a whole lot of money, and it takes down your cross-list item too, automatically, right? That's what he was saying?
That's what it's supposed to do. And even if it doesn't, I just will burn the Bonanza person. So, whatever. I mean, I would if I had to. If it was like sold in both places, I promise you, the Bonanza person would be the person not getting their item. I would cancel the Bonanza order over eBay. What are you reading? How dare you?
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
But Benny is saying that Bonanza was purchased last year, and the new owner, in an article, was saying he has big plans for it, and hopefully this is the start. Oh, and Benny had 3 sales the last 3 days. I mean, for many of us, that's better than eBay. Mm.
But can you please pat me on
Oh,
the back?
Flippin said he gets 12 a year. Okay, 1 per month. Okay.
What is that? Oh,
on
Bonanza.
Oh, I but right.
These are Bonanza sales.
And
Benny
yeah,
got 3 Bonanza sales?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
And Flipping and Easy John is saying, and yes, it auto delist. Okay, thank you for confirming that.
Yeah, so I mean, even if if you want to do cross-listing light, so light that you almost don't get any sales at all, but it's a program that just does it, sucks them up and cancels them when it's done, or whatever you call it, delist them. Yes, the 6-month-old unfilled Bonanza order. Oh no, you can't. Can you not cancel them there or something? Like, so if you did have a double sale on both platforms, obviously the Bonanza person's going to be, he's going to have SOL. But you can cancel it. You don't just leave it unfilled for 6 months.
And Jack was saying that he sold a book, a Macari, and then he canceled and it double sold on eBay, and eBay didn't ding him. Well, that's a shocker. That's great.
Or maybe that's the secret ding, Jack. That's why you've been dung, because you got a secret ding, and it's a secret ding that won't let you sell anything on eBay because of that one sale. How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things I've told you guys about and it keeps happening. Kevin Stoic has his email of death. The same thing happens every time he receives it. It's just a little tiny little glitch thing. And I have those 3 Duran Duran items, that the Notorious tape and 245 records that come up every single day now. Every single day they come up, and I cannot send offers on them. And I took pictures with dates, and I'm like, I'm not going to even do this anymore. This is ridiculous. It's just a thing that's happening, and I can't explain it.
I think we need to hope that, like, there has been evidence of folks from eBay watching certain YouTubers and just kind of trolling the net for information. And I have to believe that the fact that so many eBay sellers are using multiple platforms and cross listing has gotten back to eBay, and it has just been ignored or hasn't gotten to the right set of ears yet. And at some point,
Well, I think that's what we're
they
doing
cannot
here.
ignore that.
I think that's what we've been doing, and if I can tell at all from just the fact that we started doing YouTube videos back in October, that was some of that was a critical mass. I mean, not for everybody, but for us, that this is too much. This is not right. This is too much.
Yeah.
So all the new people ever since then, at least, till now, for the past 4 or 5 months, we've been putting it out there.
Yeah.
So I think hopefully we've been doing a good service by putting it out there, and they're not going to cancel all of our stores or something.
I haven't seen Ladybug lately, but the last time she was around commenting in one of our videos, she said how she had received a survey.
They NDA'd her and put her on the super list
from eBay, and it was
and
asked.
Jack's on super double secret probation.
And it asked her if she would be cross-listing on other platforms.
If she was a big store, if she was a corporation,
Yeah.
how many people she was going to have.
That's great.
And then I was also thinking that would be a great way for, yeah, I mean, that's just the way that corporations get information. They can glean stuff from our behavior, but to really find out what somebody thinks, you have to talk to them directly. And we haven't seen her. I think we saw her yesterday. Do you think eBay sucked her up? The eBay body snatchers got her?
We saw her yesterday. You mean?
I think so.
Oh well, no.
Ladybug.
You mean on Monday?
On Monday.
I
think so.
I was at an appointment.
I think she was here.
Oh, okay. Well, hi, Ladybug. The sky's the limit says eBay will take care of their corporate sellers.
And I hope Josh gets to be
probably.
one of those, a corporate seller. That's not what he's doing. I'm just saying. I wish he would. I wish he'd get the key. I wish he'd be blasting off in the elevator right now, flying above eBay Central in San Jose in the Great Glass elevator.
They don't need the mom and pop stores as much anymore, which is true. They
Somebody's going to take us.
The corporations.
Am I right? Somebody's going to take us, mom and popsters.
But when you say someone's going to take us, like that's lost. That is lost revenue for eBay.
For sure. It's
that
somebody's
they're
gained
not-
revenue, It's somebody's going to gain it.
Absolutely.
Somebody's
But,
going to
like-
do it right, and it's not going to be, unfortunately, District is either far away from achieving where we want it to be, or it's uniquely set up for just certain niches, or you bring all of your own customers with you. Etsy seems to be the thing right now that's maybe having the most renaissance, because they actually were paying people to buy at the Super Bowl, and they did a lot of promotions in the Super Bowl, and we're actually saying, come here and buy, we'll give you $5 off your first item, that kind of thing, which is what District does, right? So it's the mark of a hungry new business. So maybe Etsy's, we're really putting our hopes on Etsy, I think.
Paul, to address your question, why don't they want it all? I think that it would be preposterous for them to not want it all. However, because they've put so much behind this strategy that they need to prove it right, and it hurts us in the proving. So at some point, we have to believe, and I'm just really grateful to YouTubers like Primo and Spam to continue to state this message where, reselling it, to be a reseller is to actually love what you do. You curate, you collect, then you send something out that someone will appreciate. And eBay is needing to back their horse. And right now their horse is promoted listings. But guess what? Horses die. They freaking die. They keel over, you run them to the ground, and then you need a new horse. So we have to believe that change is going to come, because their model is not working, and it's losing them money.
Yeah, I don't know how many consistent quarters of this do they have to see before. I mean, we were pretty sure Q3, we were going to see some sort of some spanking, We were hankering for a spankering of Jamie Ione, and but then we didn't see that. So Q4, I think we're hoping for that again, right? Actually, no, this is the third quarter. We're hoping that he's gonna get spanked.
I apologize for that, for the expletive. Just
That
edit
wasn't
it
that
out.
wasn't
No, it's
real.
okay.
That wasn't a swear.
Oh, okay. It was okay.
It's okay.
I didn't even hear.
Timothy is saying that Etsy hits you with the mega charge when you sell an item from the offsite ads. You can opt out only up to $10,000 though. So yeah, once you hit the $10,000 in, I think, a year, right? That's when you're automatically enrolled in offsite ads.
Any running 365 days, I believe, is the way they do it.
And you
Okay.
just pay. It's not a mega fee. I don't think it's 20% versus something else, right? Am I right?
I think it's a little more. I think it's
Yeah, the Timothy would.
I think it's
probably
like 12 and then another 12, and it comes
Oh.
out to be like 24. or 20.
Ooh. Okay.
It's 12.
Timothy's saying that he paid $70 on a $200 item.
Oof.
That's not right.
No, that's really bad. Mm-hmm. So you're saying that you try not to sell more than $10,000 in 365 days.
Well, no, I think that it's I don't know.
No,
I can't. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering what I
And
read.
once you go over that, you can never go back.
You can never go back. But they were just giving, for new sellers, they were just giving a rebate on that. Some sort of a rebate where you didn't have to pay that. They were encouraging sellers to join.
The
That's what
rebates are temporary, though.
I think they are. Yes, that's why we were encouraging with Patricia's code and with Den Decor Depot's code. By the way, how many did you end up getting from that, Patricia? Did you get a couple hundred or something? That would be nice. I would keep doing that if anybody wanted me to.
Ladybug is here. Aloha. She was out at a job or at an interview. Yeah, job interview. Ooh, I hope it went well.
No, Patricia's saying it's like posh, 20%. Because it's 12% plus like 6.5 or something. So it's 20% is the total. It's good. I mean, it's respectable. And if
20% of 200 would be $40.
if Etsy wants to be the collectible boutique-y store place for us, I'm fine with that. If eBay just wants to be, watches and stupid cards, and stupid shoes, stupid watches, and shoes and cards. I like those things. Don't get me wrong. Actually, I don't like cards. I don't really understand cards. I do have my Star Wars cards from my top Star Wars cards, so I guess that's cards. Now I understand cards. Right? You like cards?
I'm just hearing
Cards?
Scars.
I just want to say cards like 5 more times. It's a new drinking game. Today's word is cards. Cards. I don't know. I think Jeff left the show like about a half hour ago to go make breakfast or something. I'm not sure.
No, I'm just letting Maria run that.
But we've been on here for 2 hours, so I guess it's probably time to.
Yeah, I should probably get going. I got some things I got to do before I leave.
Oh wait, Jack says that he is wishing for Jamie's firing and eBay's resurrection. I mean, we're not going to be that lucky, and CEOs are like an interesting group of people, right? These CEOs, their whole job is to work themselves up to this point to get the golden parachute. They know they're going to get it. They operate their entire lives to get it, and then they don't really care what happens. I mean, they kind of care. Jamie cares somewhat, but just not enough for me.
It looks like Ladybug is actually having some wackiness with the PL campaigns. She said, I noticed today the business policies were multiplying on their own again and multiple campaigns for PL. I just started PL again, and in 2 days I had 6 campaigns going, even though I only started 1 campaign. And those extra campaigns were started on the date I had stopped the PLs 1 month before. What the hell?
That's the algorithm running wild.
It's
it
not
could be.
registering.
It could also, when things like that happen, it's usually something, it's something that I did that I didn't know I was doing, or something, because I know when I ended up getting all those extra business things, it was because I was doing the end and selling similar while promoting. I don't know. It was I tend not to focus too much on my, like when I figure out an error, I just like forget it.
Darth Rifter, aloha.
Aloha, Darth Rifter.
We're about to head out soon.
Yes, we're done now.
Bring it.
Well,
So I think we'll just go because we got to go. We got to go get
We
these
gotta
mice
seal
out.
up the holes.
The mouse in the house. Yes, that's what we have to do this
There's
afternoon.
some holes in the house.
There's some holes in this house. What's that?
Good luck with that.
Oh, thank you.
There's some holes in the house.
Okay, everybody. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to Hayfrosells and Maria for joining us. Adios to Josh Galt. And
yeah.
We'll see
you guys hopefully next week.
Awesome.
Yes. Aloha, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
We'll see you on
appreciate
Friday at
everyone
4 o'clock for our Tiki show.
Just
Like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
It was fun.
Thank you for being